Welcome back to Ride JBI. This is JB. Today we finished a suspension revalve and upgrade on this 2024 KTM 350 SXF. The stock WP 48 exact air forks were replaced with the WP Exact Pro 6500 kit. This is a spring conversion that updates the forks from an air fork to a spring fork. There's a spring in each fork and a damper in each fork. The WP Exact Pro 6500 kit has become very popular the last 2 years. Ride JBI has been busy at work developing settings for these, and we're very proud of the JBI spec WP Exact 6500 settings and complementary hardware that we have developed for these forks. These forks were revalved to the JBI suspension motocross spec. During our revalve of the WP Exact Pro 6500s, we install what's called the JBI titanium subvalve. That piece interacts with your compression adjuster assembly. That's this piece here. And the JBI titanium subvalve is located in about this region of the fork. It gives the fork better low speed compression resistance. This allows us to build a much smoother feeling fork without the worry of it being too overly soft. Also, we utilize the JBI Kashima coat on the upper tubes. That is this bronze brown color that you can see. It is a special anodized coating that is only done in Japan, and only new tubes can be coated with this process. If you visit ridejbi.com, our website has complete details about every service, parts, and coatings that I will detail and talk about in this video. So there is a specific page in our coatings category all about our JBI Kashima coat. That is this right here. And there is a product page on the JBI spec WP Exact Pro 6500 kits. It goes into more detail than this video about exactly what is included in this kit, how it works, how Ride JBI modifies it. That product page has lots of text information, pictures and images of the parts, and more importantly, lots of rider feedback. We have a lot of videos on YouTube of riders testing our settings and providing or sharing their experience. The rear shock, which is all new, well, it was new for 2023. This is the second year for it on the 2024 model. It received a matching JBI suspension motocross spec revalve. During that time, we also upgraded to the JBI suspension bladder kit. That is this assembly here. This replaced the OEM stock piston assembly. At Ride JBI, we developed our entire bladder kit from the ground up. Our bladders feature the most surface area, meaning how much air we have for the bladder to interact with the oil. This is very important. And it is it has more volume than the stock nitrogen can as well. So very pleased on that and how well our bladder kits came out. On YouTube, you can follow along as we went about developing these kits. Again, we also have other videos on our YouTube channel of when development began back in December of our JBI bladder kits, and you can kind of follow along in the process that we went about developing those into what you now see here is the completed production version that we offer. What's cool about the bladder kits is ours makes this OEM shock much closer to the kit shock that WP offers. WP's kit shock that they offer is very similar to this one. And what I mean by that is both have 18mm shock shafts, both share the same main damping piston. That is very important. And they both have the same overall, let's say, relationships, meaning the amount of oil volume that this rod is going to push through our adjuster is the same between the two. Again, they have the same main pistons. And now with the bladder, they both have bladders. The key difference between the kit shock and this one would be the kit shock offers the additional rebound adjuster at the bottom, which they call the traction functionality. For some, that is valuable. For others, it is not valuable because they don't like that feature and they simply shut it off. And the other distinguishing feature is on the kit shocks is the low speed and the high speed compression adjusters are in two separate housings. While that looks cool aesthetically, if you look at the newest shock that is on Chase Sexton's bike, you will see that the WP kit shocks, so the shocks they don't sell to the public, have now incorporated the two adjusters back into a single one, similar like this. It actually looks a lot more like a Showa compression adjuster that you would see inside of a Kawasaki KX450 or a Honda CRF 450. And I think that's gonna be a very big improvement in the right direction. So that way they have all the pressure in this shock from the rod mostly centered around one area instead of having it split across two different valves. But we're going into detail on that in another video. Sorry for getting sidetracked. Anyhow, as this plane goes overhead, Ride JBI has also tested, tuned, and developed many other suspension settings for this WP suspension. We have developed settings for all the different types of off-road riding, motocross, supercross, arena cross, and freestyle motocross. We also offer options for the WP AER 48 air fork, the WP Exact 48 air fork, and we also offer the JBI spec KYB SSS conversion kit. So for the KTM, Husqvarna, and Gas model bikes, we have 3 different options for the front forks, all of which are very competitively performing. Our air fork setup is definitely our most cost-effective setup of the 3 options. And I would say it works almost as good as our spring offerings, but not quite as good, and understandably so. These spring options are 4 times the cost than our JBI suspension air fork pro kit that we offer on our website. We offer that as a service for $395, or we offer it as a DIY kit for $395. So competitive cost and easy way to get your stock air forks working a lot better. Or if you want that kit level performance, again, we offer these WP Exact 6500 drop-ins, the JBI spec KYB SSS forks. Oh, and of course the JBI spec cone valve complete forks if you're interested in a complete fork as well. If you'd like Ride JBI to do your suspension, please send us a call. Please give us a call or send us an email. We can discuss the year, make, and model bike that you have, which options are available, and which setup would be most advantageous for you. All JBI suspension services and parts can be found at ridejbi.com.